What do my Anti boys coming through once again? And on today's video, I want to talk about this sad incident in where a group of individuals who seem to be African Americans went into, the memorial of Sucker Free 104 and vandalized it, right? They were kicking the candles. They record themselves doing this. You can tell they're African Americans just by the way the camera guy or somebody who was close to the camera was speaking. And they thought they were badass, right? So possibly these guys could be gang members. Who knows? But it is funny. First of all, sad situation for the family, man. For the family, it's a sad situation. They're trying to show love for this individual who seemed to be doing good, man. He had moved out of the hood, doing his stuff in Arizona. And he will visit here and there. And, come on. The guy was doing it, man. But for a group of individuals, whether they're gang members or not, right? To go to a memorial and act tough by doing this is comedy, man. Because at the end of the day, let trip on this, man. If somebody had issues with a person, why are you going to wait for this person to pass away for you to grow some huevos and actually go and do this to his memorial, right? Or even if you have an animosity towards the gang and whenever you see a memorial of one of their homeboys, why are you gonna go with and disrespect that memorial because you got animosity towards the gang? Man, there's a lot of members, homie, that if you have issues with their hood, you can go over there and speak with them. I'm pretty sure they'll give you the time and you guys can have a conversation, if you know what I mean. But it is funny nowadays. I have seen this a lot, and a lot of people do it. No, I'm not just gonna say that only blacks do it. Mexicans do it as well, man. And that's what it is, man. I have seen it all over the place, and that's one thing that I'm like, okay, why? What's the big deal about it? Yes, you don't like that neighborhood, but if you don't like that neighborhood, homie, well, there's a lot of people from that neighborhood that you can express your feelings to, Why you have to prey on somebody who's no longer with us, right? At least that's how I see it. But trip on this. There's a media, a YouTube or Instagram guy who posted a story in where he's saying that the blacks are not letting Sucker Free rest in peace. Why? Because they think, or they thought he was racist. They thought that because of a song that he put out there, right? In a way, he talks about the blacks, pushing on the blacks and stuff like that, right? And because of that song. So he seemed to be trying to clear this issue by saying that Sucker Free had came on a podcast or somewhere or on an interview, some kind of interview, in where he clarified why he made that song. And the reason was because at the time there was a lot of taco trucks being robbed, and basically I believe they were blaming the blacks, right? Even though we have seen homies doing it as well, right? And we want to keep it 100. And that is the reason why he made that song, right? I don't know how true that is, or if this guy was trying to clean it up for him a little bit. But those who know, man. Lennox, man, that's been a brown people gang. The people that the individuals that I don't know from Lennox, I have met a couple individuals. They're already in like almost 50, 48, around that age. Those guys have told me about how it was when they were out on the streets, And one thing I'll tell you about Lennox, a lot of those guys, they speak Spanish like crazy. They know how to speak Spanish like fluently, Because you can go to different neighborhoods and maybe their Spanish is going to be broken. But Lennox, at least the people I know from Lennox, no, they're Spanish very fluently. So they hold that Mexicanismo with pride, homie. That's one thing I can tell you about them, that they show that pride with the Mexican, and they never lose their at least for the people that I met, right? They never lose their roots and shit, you know. But those individuals, man, they don't like African Americans. Period. They go against multiple rape gangs. They surround that area, and it's been like that for a long time. It's been a lot like that for a long time. Eventually, I have heard stories. Right, and where there could be a African American family, homie, living in Lenox, and I'm talking about the 90s, homie, and they'll go over there and tell the family, "Hey, man, you gotta bounce out of here, straight up, you gotta bounce," because at the end of the day, even though that family they don't bang, their son can become a rival gang member, you know. So that's how they were pushing blacks out of their city, right, or surround their areas. Because also those blacks that actually beef with Lennox, they were doing the same shit on their turfs, right, on their area. They were doing the same thing, and everything was based on being racist, straight up. And that's how we see a lot of gangs from LA. I mean, go against the blacks, straight up, man. Even Whack 100 has said it before. Let's not play that we don't know this. It is a racial guerra. That's how it is, man. And whether nowadays we're trying to show love, or at least some neighborhoods trying to show love in a way, there's other neighborhoods who are sticking with their beliefs and they're pushing the hard line, straight up. And this is why the reason why eventually some people get butthurt. But at the end of the day, homie, that hate could be mutual, man. I wish it was unity. I wish there was unity. But at the end of the day, it's impossible. Different people think in different ways. And you will never have black and brown chilling together. And when I say black and white chilling together, is throughout Southern California, man. Let's just be honest about this. Sad situation, man, for this gang members, because they're not gang bangers, you know, because if they're banging out there, they'll be doing other things instead of kicking candles, you know. It is a sad situation for these guys to go over there to respect the memorial. And actually, in a way, I don't know, I don't see that as being tough, but I mean, some people might see it that way. And hopefully one day, man, we get to overcome the way we think and actually learn how to get along with one another, you know. Because at the end of the day, we are affecting our own communities, and we are, going to prison or becoming unalive, straight up. And that goes to the blacks and to the Mexicans, straight up, man. But those are issues from the streets, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But fun fact, who remembers the 40 ounce? I mean, those who've been right there for a long time will remember that gang, the 40 ounce, which it was just a little group of individuals, man, who were pushing that line back in the days, man. And those who know. So with this being in, we are out to the next video. Don't forget to hit the like, a comment, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, subscribe to the canal. Muchas gracias. Saludos y respetos.